Your OT patching is broken. You're standing in a control room. Everything is running smoothly. But right now, there is a flaw in the code of a machine that controls a valve holding back a tank of chemicals at 500 degrees. That flaw has been there for 11 years. A hacker already knows it exists. You can't patch it, because if you do, the whole plant might shut down. This is the hidden war of OT patching, a world where security updates are often the enemy of operations, and where a single missed patch can mean millions in losses, or worse, loss of life. In 2023, a survey by Clarity found that 60% of industrial organizations had experienced a ransomware attack that impacted their OT systems. But the real number is probably higher, because most attacks go unreported. This documentary is for the people on the front lines. The instrument techs, the control engineers, the OT professionals who are being asked to do the impossible. We're going to show you why patching is so hard in OT and what you can actually do about it. In IT, patching is a routine task. You schedule a window, push the update, reboot the server. In OT, the rules are completely different. Here, availability is king. An oil refinery cannot afford even a minute of unplanned downtime. That can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, when a vendor releases a security patch for a programmable logic controller, a PLC, the typical response is no, because patching might cause a glitch, and a glitch in a safety system could trigger a shutdown, or worse, a physical explosion. This is the core dilemma. Patch and risk operational failure, or don't patch, and risk a cyber attack. So what do you choose? But there's another layer to this nightmare. Many OT systems are ancient. We're talking Windows NT, Windows 2000 operating systems that are decades old. No longer supported. No patches available. And here's the part that keeps control engineers up at night. Some of these systems have been running continuously for over 10 years. Were never designed to be patched. To patch them, you'd have to take them offline. But the process they control is critical. Chemical batch that takes days to complete. A power grid that supplies a city. So they stay unpatched, vulnerable, and the hackers know it. Let's look at what happens when the unpatchable meets a determined attacker. In 2017, a petrochemical plant in Saudi Arabia was hit by Triton, a malware specifically designed to target safety instrumented systems. The attackers had a specific goal: bypass safety controls and cause a physical explosion. They almost succeeded. The system they compromised? It was a Schneider Electric Triconex safety controller. These systems are often left unpatched because any change could affect safety certifications. Triton exploited a vulnerability that had been patched in the IT world, but the OT side was left vulnerable. This attack changed everything. It showed that attackers are willing to target safety systems directly. It proved that the old model of just don't connect to the internet is dead. Then came 2021. The Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. A 5,500-mile pipeline that supplies nearly half the fuel to the US East Coast was shut down. Why? Not because the pipeline OT was directly compromised, but because the IT billing system was. And the company couldn't separate the two. They paid $4.4 million in ransom. The total economic impact, $5 to $10 billion. This attack exposed a critical truth. OT and IT are no longer isolated. Boundary has dissolved. And ransomware groups like DarkSide are now actively targeting industrial environments. Because the payoff is huge. In 2023, Clarity reported that 60% of industrial organizations had been hit. The question is not if you'll be targeted, it's when. So, if you can't patch, what do you do? Enter virtual patching. This is a method where you don't fix the code itself, but you add a security layer that blocks the exploit. An intrusion prevention system, or IPS, can monitor traffic to your unpatched PLC and drop malicious packets. Application allow listing is another key defense. Only approved programs can run. Something tries to execute an unknown process like ransomware, it's stopped. These are compensating controls. Don't fix the vulnerability, but they make it much harder to exploit, and they allow you to keep your plant running. But here's the crucial part: you must test these controls in a lab that mirrors your production environment. You can't just deploy them blindly. Every OT environment is unique, and you need to prioritize. Use OT-specific vulnerability management tools to identify which flaws are truly exploitable in. For context, not all vulnerabilities are equal. Focus on the ones that matter. The old adage in OT was air gap and forget. That's over. The future is zero trust. That means segmenting your network, using firewalls and unidirectional gateways to isolate OT from IT. It means enforcing strict access controls and multi-factor authentication, even for legacy systems. And it means accepting that some systems will never be patched, but they will be monitored and defended. Regulatory pressure is increasing. The TSA has issued new directives for pipelines. NERC CIP is tightening for electric utilities. The job market for OT cybersecurity is exploding. Certifications like GICSP or ISA/IEC 62443 are gold. But the real change is the mindset. Control engineers and IT security teams must work together, because the hackers are already collaborating. A game is too dangerous to play alone. So, what do you do when your system has a vulnerability you can't fix? You build defenses around it. You monitor it. You plan for the worst, because the next Triton is out there. The next Colonial Pipeline is being planned. And the only way to survive is to stop treating OT like it's separate from the digital world. The unpatchable is now part of our critical infrastructure. And it's up to us, engineers, security pros, and defenders, to protect it. SFX, static_burst, then single beep. The countdown is still ticking.